I'm a Raider, Oakland Raider. From the Bay to LA to Las Vegas.
Just
I'm
win,
a
baby.
player, a boss player. And if you with me, pop your collar, shake them haters. I'm a Raider, Oakland Raider. From the Bay to LA to Las Vegas. Cause I'm a player, boss player. And if you with me, pop your collar, shake them haters. I'm a Raider.
What is going on, Real Raiders Podcast? I'm your host, Victor Freeze. I'm back with the one and only
Mariano, baby.
And we're here for the end of the season. There's no news to give you as of right now, but there's some things we can talk about. But this is it. This is the end of the season episode. We haven't been here. I personally, it's been demoralizing ever since that Jeff Saturday and Jacksonville loss. It's been hard to do an episode. It's been hard to be a fan, and even when you get a little bit of hope, the Raiders know how to ruin it, especially on Christmas.
100%, man. I mean, I have a customer that comes in and sees me probably every other week. Stops into the dealership to say what's up to me, right? He is a diehard Chiefs fan. Today he came in with like the Chiefs hoodie and a hat, so he was out for blood. Because last time I was just talking smack to him, like, all right, keep that same energy, And he's probably like a 70-year-old man.
Yeah.
So he just came in like rubbing it in my face, and I'm like, you know what? I've been dealing with this for so long that I am essentially a great loser now, in like the worst way possible. Like words you should never hear, because I just take it on the chin. Like, what are you gonna say? Yeah, my team fell flat on its face this year. There's no other way really around it, So.
Yeah, and the most disappointing thing is it's kind of like when Gruden came here too.
Yeah,
it's such high expectations because the team had just went to the playoffs. I mean, given that Jack Del Rio, he had that losing season right after that, but it was still a lot of the same players on the roster. He came in, gutted it, and then we missed the playoffs. And I feel like it's the same thing. New coach, he didn't get the team, but missed the playoffs, and it's like we already had such high expectations, and then to fall flat like this, it's like crazy. And then it seems like every year with the Raiders, there's always something. Like now it's DC, the DC show, right? So we just need some consistency and a quarterback. I don't want to be in a quarterback carousel again. We seen that after Rich Gannon. So I've talked about this multiple times. I'm like, I am fine with getting rid of Derek Carr, but for who, right? So we talked about this multiple times. So that's the big question. That's the big question as of right now. Who?
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, there's some names on the table.
Yeah.
So it's been reported that TB12, the Raiders are going to be actively pursuing TB12. What do you think about that, Vic?
Heard there's like an 80% chance he's the quarterback of the Raiders next season. And the Tom Brady effect. We get that winning mentality in the building. We get that work ethic. Hey, players like playing with TB too. I mean, this is last hurrah probably.
Yeah, no doubt.
Super Bowl.
Super Bowl? I'm gonna say that regardless. So
yeah, I mean, having a player like a Patrick Mahomes, like a Josh Allen, like a Tom Brady, like a Aaron Rodgers, automatically just puts you in Super Bowl contention. I think because it's just different caliber of player. They're always going to have you in the game no matter what.
Yeah, 100%. If we get TB12, obviously. I got mixed feelings about it. You know what I mean? Because we've hated him for so many years.
Yeah. Mitchell Renzel, the Raiders reports like, hey, he wasn't the ref at the game when they made the call. He was just doing his job. And, he has a point, but it's just I hate Tom Brady just because they fucking win so much, bro. I was just tired of seeing Patriots. Like, fuck, dude.
Yeah, but I'm sure if he's on our own team, then where.
Oh yeah,
we'll be golden.
I'm rocking with the GOAT. Give us one more and then retire and sail off into the sunset.
I tell you what, and there's not one person that looks bad in silver and black.
No, 100%. I've seen those mock-ups already. The where they put his jersey on and everything. Looks solid.
Fire.
Looks solid.
Fire, huh? Shit, I traded for him in Madden already. You know what I mean? I got the franchise. He's throwing dots, bro. He's looking solid, man.
He looked nice
Looking
in
solid.
was not last week against the Falcons, but the week before that, and threw the 3 touchdowns to Mike Evans.
Yep.
He was looking nice that game.
He's more than capable, man. And just the ties with Josh McDaniels, like clearly, I want to get into DC here in a second.
Yeah.
But clearly, it's just his confidence. I don't think Josh McDaniels. I truly believe that he has a mindset to win right now. Like he's not trying to, give DC 3 years like he had with Gruden in his offense and then let it ride out. Like, no, you need to come in and be able to execute now. You know?
I mean, if anything, the Devontae trade, shows that's a win now move right now.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You wouldn't trade that if you didn't think the roster was ready to take that. If he's that missing piece to take it to the next level.
Yeah, 100%. And whoever that next quarterback is, I don't think if we can sure up the quarterback position now, and then fully address this defense through the draft and through free agency, and not have to use draft capital this year on a quarterback, I think that's going to be the quickest path to being back. You know what I mean? Yeah,
I think obviously the offensive line is 2 players away, right?
Right.
That's all that's missing on the offense. Re-signing JJ too, which is reports are it's 100% he's coming back. They're going to franchise tag him. Rumors, it's still early on.
Rumors are rumors.
Rumors are rumors, but 100% is that he's going to get franchise tagged and he'll be back.
Shit, they better, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way you let that guy walk out of the building. You let him walk out of the building there. What are we doing?
They're kicking themselves in the head after declining the 5th-year option. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah,
you're not wrong.
You could have. She could have extended him. That would have been the best probably thing. 4 years.
Yeah.
Pick up the 5th year. And
going back to Derek.
Sorry.
Derek though. No, you're good. Going back to Derek, I think the Raiders kind of shot themselves in the foot though.
Right? Why with the whole trade situation?
I'm going to tell you why. Because so for the last 2 weeks of the season, they sit Derek Carr.
Yeah.
Right. Everybody in the league knows that 2 or 3 days after the Super Bowl, you got to make a move, unless his contract becomes fully guaranteed, or there's guarantees that are tied to it, right?
Yeah.
So if you're 31 of those other teams, right, why would you give up capital when you know that the Raiders are up against a deadline?
There's another thing too, that if it's in Derek's benefit to work with the Raiders and rework the deal to push that deadline back, right? Because he will still keep his same contract, So hopefully we see something, by the end of the Super Bowl or whatever. We see something. They work something out till it goes to the new league year starts, is like March 16th or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And that way we're able to get a trade partner, and they won't back out within that time or whatever.
Yeah.
And then if nothing comes about it, then I guess at that point, then DC will get released. But DC doesn't. I don't think DC wants to get released because he wants to get that bag. He knows himself too. He's at the end of his career. Like I told you, he's like. I said he deserves to play his last 5 years. I think he has 5 years left at most. He's not no Tom Brady. He's not going to play no 20 years, no nothing like that.
Right.
I think he deserves to play his last 5 years as a Raider. Obviously, that's not happening, but you never know. Like Aaron Rodgers, he wasn't supposed to come back to the Packers, right? And then I don't know.
And then here's my second take on it too. Is it too crazy to think that Derek Carr could be back in silver and black?
Like I said, anything is possible, bro. And
right, like let's say they don't get a trade that they deem as whatever valuable, or they'll take it, or they don't. They just don't agree on it for whatever reason, right? Who's to say that they don't try to restructure DC's contract? Just like they did Jimmy G,
like a Jimmy G situation, yeah,
like a Jimmy G situation, but I don't know, a little less complex, because let's say they go into the offseason. You swing and let's just play the hypothetical game, right?
Yeah.
You swing and you miss on Tom Brady. You swing and you miss on Jimmy G. Maybe Jimmy G goes to the Jets or whoever. Right? Carolina, whatever. DC decide, or not DC, TB12 decides that he's going to go to New Orleans, like the Saints or something, right?
Yeah.
Then that kind of leaves you with, shit in your hands, and you're like, okay, well, what are we going to do? We're going to rock with Stidham? Because Stidham wasn't looking all that against KC, bro.
Sit down. My bad. My dog. Sit down.
Yeah, no, you're good. So that just leads me to believe, I don't know. It's still not out of the question that if the Raiders don't get something for DC, obviously the writing's on the wall.
Yeah.
I'd say 90% he's gone.
Yeah.
He's out of the equation.
Carolina's interested, right? Was what the rumors came out
I've seen
today.
That. Yeah.
There's so many teams that are a quarterback away that they'd be foolish not to inquire about Derek Carr, because we've all seen Derek Carr when he's on, right?
Yeah,
and all he needs is a defense. Really, he's never had a good defense, and we know that. So we're just not in that position to here's a top 10 defense for you right now, But some teams already have that. Like the Colts, the Saints have a pretty good defense. Carolina has its moments too, but will DC restructure his contract though? That's the thing too. If that's the case, I think he would have gave us a team-friendly deal. He's never given us a team-friendly deal. It's always been the max contract at that point when he signs,
Right.
And like I said, DC knows this is probably his last 5 years in the league. So
yeah.
So will he do that Jimmy G thing? For Jimmy G, it worked out, and
100%.
And if we go that route and say we start Stidham and DC's the backup, he could potentially get put back as a QB1 too, So
right,
that would be an interesting scenario, and it could happen. We've seen it happen literally twice with Aaron Rodgers and Jimmy G. So
yeah, the only thing that would lead me to think that he wouldn't is because he decided to go home. He didn't back up the quarterbacks. He decided.
Oh, yeah.
And Josh McDaniels kind of mentioned how DC, it was mostly DC's motivation to not be around the team.
Yeah.
And not be a quote-unquote distraction. To me, that sounds like you're being a sore loser.
No, for sure. We've seen a bunch of quarterbacks from Carson Wentz, or that's the only one that comes up to mind. But, they're always on the sideline, even though they get benched for the other quarterback. They're still helping him, still cheering and stuff like that. So I don't know. I feel like that was not in DC's character. I don't know. I feel like that was more of the organization. I don't know why. Because it's a business move.
Well, it's different. It's different. Yeah, it's different circumstances too. DC's been with the Raiders for almost a decade.
Yeah.
So, and he carried us to the playoffs last year. I've said it plenty of times. If we didn't have Derek Carr under center, through all that storm that we had with Gruden, Ruggs, etc., Arnett, keep it going, right?
Yeah.
He carried us through that. If we didn't have him, we wouldn't even have made the playoffs.
No, for sure.
Right? So, I get it. I wouldn't say that it's on his character either, but two things can be true at once.
Yeah.
Right? It's I'm happy that the Raiders are moving on. I've always liked DC, the guy, right?
Yeah.
But there's also moments when we're watching the game and he makes a throw and we're like, you want to fucking pull your hair out, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like that Hunter Renfrow throw on Christmas Road.
Right. And the first game with Stidham, that was just so refreshing to see. I mean, someone that's, not scared to take a hit. Someone that's just doesn't collapse in the pocket if the pressure's on.
Extending those plays. I was
extending those plays, exactly.
That got me juiced.
Using his legs consistently, running for first downs. He's diving head first.
Yeah.
That man is not scared to get hit. You know what I mean? And
it's like the Purdy effect, They don't got nothing to lose, bro. At that point, they're trying to go balls out to earn a spot in this league,
Right, 100%. So it's interesting, man. I'm excited for this off season, but how can we get back? What's the quickest way to get back? You know,
So like, quickest way, quick fix, implement TB12. That's 2 years of contention.
Agreed.
Long-term fix, we use that number 1 draft pick on a quarterback. Potentially trade down to the Bears because they already have a quarterback and get a Bryce.
Trade up to the Bears.
Yeah, trade up to the Bears. Bryce Young or CJ Stroud, one of those two guys, and we'll be good for the long term. Well, at least 6 years, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, we could be good for 2 years, suck for 1 year, and then get a franchise quarterback, or we could be good for, because it'll take time for the young quarterback to develop. So,
for sure,
I'll say it would be good for 4 years. Maybe you have to wait another 2. So it's like, you want instant gratification, or are you able to wait? You know,
I want instant. I want instant.
Yeah.
No,
I think
no doubt.
I'm fine with the Tom Brady. You know, just as long as he's at the same caliber and he's not sacrificing the team just for his selfish wanting to play longer. You know.
Yeah. If I put on my GM hat, this is what I'm doing. Right. I'm signing TB12. Obviously, you got to try to go after TB12. And I touched on it earlier. This draft is going to boil down to 2 things, right? The offensive line and defensive line.
Yeah.
Period. If we can start getting depth along the interiors and start winning these games in the trenches, you got TB12 back there, bro. I guarantee if we have TB12 this year, we have at least a 4-game swing. Right?
No, for sure.
In the win column.
Yeah.
So we go from 6 wins to 10.
Yeah.
You know, with the current offensive line and current defensive line.
Yeah.
Period. You know? So if you can do that and then sprinkle in a little more talent in the trenches, I think that's going to be the quickest way to basically get back to the playoffs.
If we sign TB12, and I'd still probably want to try to trade up, or hopefully Will Anderson or Jalen Carter fall to that's the Georgia guy's name, right?
I think Will Anderson is going number 1.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if they're gonna fall, but either that, if we can't get either of those guys, I want the tackle out of what the hell is
Ohio State?
No.
Paris Johnson?
No. He has like some Stratrosky, some Nate.
Okay.
He's like he hasn't given up a sack in over 360 snaps, bro. He's one of the top graded tackles in PFF in the last 10 years coming out of college.
Shit.
He's only given up 4 pressures his whole college career.
I like it.
So that would for sure solve, the anchor on the edges, and then we just have to get a guard at that point,
Yeah.
And then everything else, defense. Even free agency, bunch of defense.
They should draft a corner in the early rounds.
Yeah.
They got Joey Porter Jr.
Because Rocky Sin's out the door unless we resign him,
Right. Yeah. Which he can go. I'm good with that. Bro. Keep Nate Hobbs.
Nothing.
Maybe sign Meek because he finds his way around the ball.
Yeah.
And you could probably sign Meek for cheap.
I didn't see nothing amazing out of Rocky Sin this year. Told me that was a good trade to get Yannick off our team, I would have rather had Yannick over Rocky Sin.
Yeah. I think that we should have tried to collect pass rushers, and we subtracted it and went to the secondary.
Yeah.
So
I like the safeties. Safeties were fine. Just the corners, just a rotation of
Harmon.
Yeah. Harmon was a nice pickup. He had a bunch of solid games.
Did you see that Pat Graham went to 3 safety look? He had Teamer playing a lot more against the Chiefs. Merrick and Harmon.
Yeah, he had all three of them.
Yeah,
but that was supposed to be what he wanted to do initially too. But Abram just wasn't cutting it. So
wasn't cutting it. Yeah,
but
yeah, that's another thing too about the defense is like let's keep in mind this past offseason we made the change from a 4-3 to a 3-4.
Yeah,
that's a big difference.
Yeah,
bro. You know what I mean? I mean we're just talking strictly body types here. The body types are extremely different when you run those different schemes, you know.
And we switched from 4-3 to 3-4, and Max had the most sacks he's had in his career.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right? So we had a bunch of talk about like how's Max gonna play? Is he gonna play up? Is he gonna play down? Which he mostly played down.
Yeah, but he had the most sacks he's had. But I think that's probably because the scheme, you know, freed him up more.
Yeah, for sure. So. It's interesting, man. We really need. There's looking at the team. I feel like there's so many holes. You know what I mean? It's like we have star power, but on the defense, we have one star, and like, everything else is just like.
What pissed me off was that Niners game when just slant.
Oh my
god!
Dude.
And the linebacker just looks stupid every snap. The Masterson, undrafted guy, he's not supposed to be in there getting that much burn, but every fucking snap he's just looking behind him.
Ayuk was going crazy, man. Crazy.
Oh my god, that was pissing me off, bro. Yeah,
that was frustrating for sure.
Yeah, but the depth is another thing too. Like we went from having so many linebackers the year before to having like. We just have like two linebackers this year, you know.
Hey, where the fuck is Divine Diablo?
I know. I don't know what the fuck they're doing with him.
Is he just on the bench or what?
No, he's not inactive, so I don't know what the fuck they're doing with him.
Yeah,
Patrick Graham.
I haven't seen him on special teams or nothing.
Patrick Graham's fucking up, not using him, bro. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, he was playing extremely well last year. You know, it's like,
I don't know.
There's a ton of variables. I mean the second line of defense, which is the linebackers. Perriman's going to be gone this year.
Yeah.
Right. Jayon Brown's going to be gone this year. I think, if I'm not mistaken. I think he signed a 1-year deal.
Yeah.
And who do we have? Masterson and Green.
Yeah. No, it's thin, bro. It's thin.
It's thin.
And then outside of Nate Hobbs and Amik, we have nobody on. We have I don't know how long we signed. We signed bro from Sidney Jones. I don't know how long we signed him for.
I think it was just a 1-year deal.
Hall.
Yeah,
we should have.
Hall was balling.
I don't know. Hall was nice.
They probably will
extend him.
He came in and was making plays.
Yeah, he was.
So we got Amik Robertson for this next season, and then he's a free agent, I think.
Yeah, but we for sure need a cornerback one. We need depth at linebacker for sure. Well, actually, we need a linebacker, like a starting linebacker, like a middle linebacker. Because obviously they don't fuck with Divine Diablo. We need a defensive tackle, you know. I don't know if Jerry Tillery is going to be on the team again. It's probably 1 year, like Sidney Jones, you know.
I'd like them to bring him back.
He changed our defense as soon as he started playing, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
And I came on the podcast and I was like, you know, him and
that's nothing.
He's like,
we shouldn't even pay attention to this.
Him and Sidney Jones aren't going to do nothing. You know, they were cut for a reason, just like Jonathan Abram was cut, is what I said. But Tillery was definitely an impactful piece to winning those 3 games that we won in a row.
Besides, you know, smacking the ball out of the hands.
Fucking idiot, bro.
Yeah, that's tough, bro. That's tough. So, we got a lot of holes on that defense, man. So, worst case scenario. Worst case scenario is they bring in Jimmy G.
Nothing. Wait, hold on.
Right.
Hold on. No. The worst case scenario is on the Raiders report, number 10 quarterback Mitchell Renz had to come into the Raiders. Jacoby Brissett.
Or someone like that.
because he's been in the McDaniel system before.
McDaniel system as well, yeah.
That was his number 10 quarterback.
So they bring in someone of that caliber. Jimmy G, Jacoby Brissett, and Stidham compete for that starting job.
Oh my God.
Right? And then they whiff on the draft. Because this is a viable option, bro. Over the past 20 years, this is exactly what the Raiders have done.
Yeah.
Right? They outsmart it. You know what? I'm changing gears here a little bit, but like I'm excited to see what Ziegler does with his first draft.
Yeah, I mean, last draft it wasn't much to look forward to. Dylan Parham, kind of undersized at guard.
He was getting the stunts. So like when I was watching the game, he was missing assignments on stunts, and they're running past him. So it's like I get it. He's a rookie. Can he take that step forward next year? Right. So it remains to be seen. I'm curious to see.
And then what was it? We just drafted a bunch of running backs after that.
Yeah, that didn't play at all.
So it's
Zamir White, Britton Brown.
So it's looking like the first year's draft is really a
swing and a miss, if you ask me. I mean, you get Devontae Adams.
Yeah,
You get a 1,500-yard, 15-touchdown receiver.
That makes up for it, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. We'll see. Are they going to be like the Rams and leverage their first-round picks for, like, already established players? Who knows?
I mean, it works out for them. Clearly, we suck at picking first-round picks, so at this point, might as well just fuck those picks and just fucking get players we could implement right away.
Right. Yeah, like you get studs, bro. Like a stud. Like someone who's like trade, I don't want to say trade proof, but like bust proof almost, right? Like when the Rams did it, they traded for Ramsey. Everybody knew that Ramsey's a fucking baller, dude. Yeah, he didn't have the best year this year, but he's still fucking head and shoulders above all the corners that we have.
You seeing that in the game he just had against the Seahawks, he looked like his regular self. Yeah,
I know. He was D'ing up DK, huh?
He's locking him down.
And yeah, bro. He's the only one that can he's the only cornerback that stands next to DK and he don't look tiny. You know what I mean? Like every other corner you see lined up against DK, they look small, dude. So it remains to be seen
this season. Jesse Bates from the Bengals. Him and Trayvon back there. Well, we got Deron Harmon too. Then that'd be 3 safety look back there. That'd be nice, bro.
Are they going to keep him though? You think they're going to keep Harmon?
Was it 1 year?
They got to, right?
I don't know.
I have no idea. I have no idea.
Looking it up right now.
Yeah. One year. Deron Harmon signed a 1 year, $1.2 million contract.
We should sign him.
He'll probably sign for the minimum too. That boy balled, bro. He was around the football every game.
For sure.
Every game. Punching, forced fumbles, interceptions, breakups. So, and you can never go wrong having a vet like that on your team.
Yeah.
So, but this is what we get to look forward to now, Vic. Since we're not in the playoffs, we're already talking. I know it's a sad day, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, after that Jaguars game, I didn't want to have hope, but then the 3-game winning streak gave me hope, and then being alive still on Christmas gave me hope, and I was like, I know better, 100%, but you're telling me there's a chance, right?
Oh yeah, never lost chance. We technically weren't eliminated until week 17.
When we lost to the Niners, we were officially eliminated. Yeah.
Officially eliminated in week 17. So, I mean, we're like that close, man. That's the shitty part, right? Is like we're that close. I'm trying to be patient with McDaniels, but he makes it extremely hard to do that. Just because of like his mannerisms and like I watch the press conferences after every game. You know, I don't know if you do that or not, Vic, but he's just
be watching like some of the clips like on Twitter and stuff, but not the whole press conference.
I'm so hot, bro. I'll be watching him like, what's this fucking idiot gonna say now? You know what I mean?
You know,
and like it's just a bunch of coach speak.
I didn't like what was he didn't have DC's back when he threw him under the bus. I forgot what DC was saying. Oh, when he was talking about that, some people bust their ass and go out there and, give it all online. And then there's commitment issues from other players. And then McDaniel's like, there's no commitment issues for none of my players. And woo-to-woo, I don't know what Carr's talking about. Like, bro, how you going to make a quarterback look stupid like that? Like, but I guess...
I think he was just done with
Carr. The writing was on the wall. Apparently, the reports come out that they weren't fucking with him since the beginning of the season. Like...
Right. So it's like week 3.
Like they knew already he was that guy, so
well, you come out and you lose that many games, that all falls on the quarterback.
Yeah. I mean but you gotta give DC the benefit of the doubt, bro. He understands complex offenses, but like bro, you can't just throw anybody in there to understand a complex offense like that. And
Mac Jones did it as a rookie. I ain't trying to hear none of that, bro. You've been in the league for 9 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I get it. Like I said, 2 things can be true at once. But he's had his opportunities.
Mac Jones also had Bill Belichick there to help him. And I think Bill Belichick is probably a better coach than...
is next level.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next level. I agree. But that doesn't change the fact that DC's had... how many coaches, how many offensive coordinators? He's seen how many defenses over these 9 years? Like, the issues, I already know what the issue is that there were moments where the heat is on and he doesn't know where to go with the football. As a quarterback, you have to know where your hot reads are at all times. You're sliding protections to the right. You're making sure the back checks the left or goes inside and out. And then if all these guys are showing blitzes or they're showing a blitz and they do come, you have to know where to throw the ball. You know what I mean? You have to know where the ball is going to go. But we've all seen it. The pressure's coming on and he collapses in the pocket. How many times have we seen DC just
fetal position? Yeah.
Fetal position. So that I'm just done with and over
away on 4th down and shit.
Yeah, of course, our next option at quarterback, which we haven't touched on yet, is A-Rod.
A-Rod.
Right? Is there a chance that Davante Adams reunites with this?
That's my ideal situation. I want A-Rod. 5-year, sign him 5 years. We'll be in contention for 5 years, and we know that connection is there with Davante. Davante's not going nowhere either.
He's way younger than Brady. Like 6 years younger, I think it is. Something like that.
That's my...
Brady's 45. I think he's 39.
I thought he's 37.
39.
37, 38, somewhere around there.
Yeah, something like that. Anyways, we know he's younger.
Sure. That's the ideal situation for me. It's just the draft capital that we're going to give up. But like we stated earlier, we don't do shit with them first round picks.
Exactly. So why not give up 2
the way Aaron Rodgers was walking out that stadium and he told young bro, I gotta keep this one.
He said, "Nah, not this one, young buck."
We'll see, man.
How nuts would that be,
juiced.
bro? That'd be fucking awesome. I'd be more excited about A-Rod than probably I was about Davante.
Yeah, for sure.
Year. Just because it's like
a short long term because we'll get him for at least 4 years. I'll say 4 years, minimum.
At least 3, bro. Yeah. At least 3, or at least 2.
Either way, I'd rather have
at least.
I'd rather have him which is potential to be longer than Tom Brady, who's like on the last leg of his career, you know?
Yeah, I mean, if we do end up getting Brady, we're lucky to get 1 year out of him. You know, the next year he may retire. I mean, you never really
got
know.
Shit to live for now. You know, he's divorced, so he's like, "Fuck it, dude.
Let's lace him up."
What wife?
What kids? He's like, the wife got the kids. We going out.
We going back on that boat. Nah, but yeah.
So it remains to be seen, but there's so many holes that I see.
Then
that it's going to be hard to address this in one off season. That's what I think.
The crazy option will be Lamar Jackson if the Ravens don't lock him up. And you know the way that way the drama's unfolding, you never know.
They can still franchise.
They franchise Devontae. Where's he at?
No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. But he's not going nowhere. And if he does, would you really want Lamar?
The fuck? What do you mean? I would want Lamar, yeah. Bro, he's never had no receivers over there, bro. And he literally, every play is like a chance to be a home run, bro, with Lamar. Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding you.
You don't like
it's
Lamar?
Debatable. Don't get me wrong, I do. What has he won? How many playoff games has he won?
That's a good question. I don't know.
0. It's not. And what happened now? Niggas hurt. You know? So it's like, it's not sustainable, bro. It's not something that, I mean, look, it'd be great. We would have 8. I'd probably buy a jersey. Don't get me wrong. If we get them, it'd be great, right? But we're gonna win.
Yeah,
that's the question. I just want to win, bro. I don't care. Like, I just don't think that it's sustainable.
I'll tell you what quarterbacks we get back there. We're not gonna win. We're not gonna win with Jimmy G. We're not gonna win with Mac Jones. We're not gonna win with Jacoby Brissett. Not gonna win with none of those guys.
Yeah, I want to see a Super Bowl before I die, bro. And I don't think Lamar gives you that.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, top 2, like I said, to be in Super Bowl contention is Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers. So those would be the dream scenarios. Yeah. 100%. One of those 2.
Yeah. It remains to be seen. I'm excited. You know, the offseason can't come fast enough.
I just next season there's no excuses for Josh McDaniels. You need to put some shit together. I don't care, Mark Davis. You need to find some way to get some money to fire his ass, because I don't buy the no money thing. You know, we've talked about that a little bit before, but I don't buy that. Motherfucker got money, bro. Probably got like digital money, not like real.
Well, liquid cash. I'm sure he's got liquid cash, bro. If he wanted
been talking about
to
the rating been broke since like 2010, bro.
Bro, they're in Vegas, dog.
They still got to make a revenue from the year that we're gonna have people in the stands, bro.
How we pay Devontae $30 million a year?
Oh yeah, that's just digital money, bro.
Okay, Nick. Whatever. How we pay DC, bro? If we're in Oakland, we're not making those moves because there was no money back then. But I'm not buying that. There's no money. I'm not buying it. There's no way. There's no way.
Well,
I think he's just being patient. Which, if we come out and we go, hey, remember when I told you I simulated the season from what I tell you our record was going to be?
I don't know. I don't think you told me this.
I did tell you this. I told you this on the podcast, bro. I was on Madden. Yeah, I was on Madden. and it was like we were like 2-7, right, earlier in the season, and I was like, oh, and Madden, I had the same schedule, same wins and losses, and simulated to the end of the season. Finished 6-11.
I don't remember that.
Fucking Madden simulation was right, bro.
Wonder if it was the same
It was right.
wins and everything too. That would have been crazy.
Man, and not to mention, I was rooting for the Rams to beat Seattle.
6.
Because that would have gave us a 6th pick. Yeah, so. Oh, it's tough being a Raiders fan.
So, what year would you put McDaniels on the hot seat, man? If we're in year 3, and we have another losing season, what do you think?
If we have this upcoming season, hypothetically, if we go 6-11, if we don't go at least 9-8, he's on the hot seat, bro. You know, if he gets double-digit wins and we don't make the playoffs, well, knock him. You're over 500 in the NFL. That's huge. But this year, bro, we would have been right in the mix.
You think we make the playoffs this year with Bisaccia? We kept Bisaccia?
That's tough. That's a tough game to play. Because do we have Devontae? Probably not.
Well, it was DC that made the push for Devontae. So, I mean, he could talk to the GM. Depends if Mayock would have, pulled the trigger or not. Depends if Mayock would have been here, too. We might have had a different GM.
Yeah. Hypothetical. Yeah, we probably do. Because we don't make the scheme change on defense. We probably keep Yannick.
Yeah.
Gus Bradley. Right. And then we would have Greg Olsen as the OC. DC knows the offense like the back of his hand. Probably. I'd say yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say
and those guys,
I mean, all arrows point to yes.
Played harder for him too. Yeah, I feel like.
Well, it's clear that Bisaccia was a leader of men. I'll tell you that much.
But there's some,
Josh McDaniels is questionable. Like, if that was my coach, I'd be like, man, fuck out of here, like, fucking nerd. Like, that's how I feel about it.
Remember I told you, like, what kind of man is he? Like, since that bullshit he did with fucking the Colts, what kind of man is he? Seems like there's some disconnect in that locker room.
Yeah. He seems like a fucking square,
it seems like a super square, the other McDaniels.
Which
Mike
one?
McDaniel.
Mike McDaniel? I fuck with Mike McDaniels, bro. That'd be a coach that I would love to play for.
You see that?
No
that
bullshit.
It's like, why Mike McDaniels look like the son of the coach, and his dad left town, and he's just watching the team for the weekend.
Yeah, that's some real shit, though.
He be over there talking shit to Tua and whatnot. It should be comedy, bro.
They're in trouble, bro. Tua's got some problems. He's gonna have to retire from the league.
We need to get him that helmet. They got Lukey Bow to stop the concussion.
Yeah, you're not lying, bro.
Shout out Lukey Bow.
You're not lying. Shout out Lukey Bow. You get him that special helmet. He was the only
big
guy in high school with the big old Zenith. That was like 10 years ahead of its time.
Oh, shit.
He had the Nick Chubb on.
Hey, speaking of helmets, you see that helmet? The new like RoboCop looking helmet? One that Zeke be wearing? You got bars up here. It's just like formed to the thing, and it's like it looked kind of like a Power Ranger helmet, bro. I don't know how I feel about it.
It looks corny as hell, bro. It looks corny as hell. I definitely wouldn't rock it. I need that 2-part dicky.
My dog just farted. I think that's a sign, bro.
That's a sign to cut it loose, bro.
Yeah, we're over 14 minutes of our projected time. But this is the last podcast till when? Probably March. Season starts again. March something.
Yeah, I'd say March.
It's been a rough year, Raider Nation. Looking forward to free agency and the draft at this point. And who the fuck is our quarterback? That's what I'm looking forward to too. So we get any news on that DC situation, I think we'll probably do a podcast if we do some news on quarterback or DC, something like that. But, if not, then we'll find out till March. Probably early March, a little bit before free agency starts, We'll do our who we want from free agency and whatnot.
Yeah, who's officially a free agent and who we would like to go after, all that.
But, just watch these playoffs and enjoy football for the rest of we got 2 months, right? 2 months of football left, so. And then we got to wait till September.
Mm-hmm.
God damn.
Then it's basketball season.
Does get another championship.
I don't know about that.
Hey,
they're not looking too good. So
it's a marathon,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ain't not wrong.
But all right, that's it for this week. Real Raiders podcast. We appreciate you. If you're here after the long hiatus we've had.